Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about the Haven experience on NCL Escape. Is it worth all the hype? Come and find out right after this. Hey everyone, John here from Bite Size Cruises. Welcome back to our channel. If it's your first time here, we're a small travel agency. We specialize in cruise vacations. Our whole goal of this channel here is to give you all of the education you could possibly need on going on cruises, all the different cruise lines, different ships, excursions, everything. So if that sounds good to you, we would like you to consider subscribing. Come along and join us on this journey. We'd love to have you. So today we're going to talk about the Haven experience on NCL Escape. The Haven is different on every single ship, just like any other suite experience. So we're going to talk specifically about the NCL Escape, but it should carry over to most of the other cruise ships. So we're going to start at booking your cruise. There's really no difference in booking a Haven room. You could book it however you would normally book your cruise vacation. It's going to be exactly the same. You pay for your cruise, and you will get a little bit of information a few weeks before your cruise. Your onboard concierge team will reach out to you and just welcome you and kind of give you a little heads up of what you get with your cruise experience. So when you book a Haven room, all of the pay-per-view movies and everything in your room are going to be free. So there's no additional charge for that. There's no additional charge for room service. And you get your, depending on your package, right, you're going to get the free at sea anyway. And you will get an internet package for your room, so you don't have to worry about those things. So let's start with Embarkation. We got on the Escape in Port Canaveral. So we got down there. It was me and the rest of the team. I was the only person on this particular voyage staying in the Haven. So we got to the terminal and then we split up, and I went to the Fancy Pants terminal and they went to the Normie terminal. So I went up. The entrance to the Haven terminal access area is really nice. They kind of escort you back. There's a private little desk there. You get there, they check you in, and then you get a little buffet there of refreshments, some cookies, some light fruit sandwiches. It's early in the morning, right? It's like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. Coffee, tea. If you would like a beverage, they will get you something. And then typically for Norwegian, you sit and wait for a little bit. Could be 20 minutes, could be 2 hours. Who knows, right? In my experience, generally on Royal Caribbean, it's a much more efficient and smooth process to get on the ship. Whether you're in the Haven, whether you have the key, whether you have priority access on NCL, doesn't really matter. You're going to wait. So we talked about it before with priority access. Even in the Haven, I got checked in and then I sat down and just waited. So the concierge comes out, talks to you for a little bit, kind of tells you that as soon as they can, they will escort you onto the ship. They escorted us on the ship. I got on the same time as the rest of our team. So no big deal there. I went up to orientation in the Haven lounge. So the Haven is at the top of the ship in the front. They have a lounge there. It is a true ship within a ship. So there is a locked area that is accessible by your key card only if you are staying in the Haven. And that opens up to you the Haven lounge, the Haven restaurant, the Haven pool deck, and the Haven sun deck. So you have all this extra space that you can kind of hang out in. Now, the one downside of that is if everyone in your party is not in the Haven, it's kind of weird using those things without the rest of your friends and family. So I didn't use a lot of these amenities all the time. I may or may not have snuck our team in to look around and get a quick view. But for the most part, we did everything together. So I did use them. I just didn't use them as much as I would have if everybody was staying in the Haven or if it was just me sailing alone. So we did orientation. You get a 50% off lunch the first day at a specialty restaurant in the Haven. So we did that, and they kind of fill you in on all the other details. I went back, got my key card. I was not staying in the Haven proper, so you can stay in the Haven complex. There are penthouse balconies in there, and there are obviously front-facing suites in there. I was staying in an aft-facing penthouse balcony, so I was in the back of the ship on deck 10. So I went to go check out my room. I was greeted immediately by my butler, Maria, who was amazing throughout the entire voyage, which we'll get into. So when I went into my room, when you open the door, there was a small bathroom right in front of me with a shower, sink and toilet. And then you come in and you have your main sitting area. So you have what looks like a normal stateroom just a little bit bigger. So dining room table, pull out sofa bed, that obviously is just a sofa with a coffee table, entertainment center, TV, and fresh flowers, which is really beautiful. And then there's the balcony right in front of you. If you go to the right, there's a full bedroom with a king size bed, vanity, whole 9 yards in there. Another door to the balcony because it's a huge balcony. And then you have a bathroom in there that has a shower, and then double sink, and then a giant bathtub. So huge room. The balcony is huge. It pretty much encompasses the entire back corner of the ship. So Meg and her husband Jared were staying in the room next to me. They had an aft-facing balcony as well, and then AJ and her husband were staying at the other corner in an aft-facing balcony. So we all had really nice rooms, and it was nice that we were all close to each other and not specifically me being in the Haven proper and them being out, because then they could come to my room anytime and we could hang out on the balcony and everything else, which we did a ton. So when you stay in the Haven, you have your butler and you have your concierge. So you also have upgraded amenities. So you have the nice L'Occitane Provence soaps and shampoos in your bathrooms. You get your robes, you get slippers, the whole 9 yards. It's a very nice experience. You also have a Nespresso coffee machine in your room, and you have bottled water pretty much all the time. You can grab, and there is a mini bar, and they do refresh everything, and you do not get charged any extra for those items. So that was a really nice experience, being able to grab coffee and tea. They had these beautiful little tea cones in the room that were great, and they will bring you anything that you need if you need ice or anything like that. So the next thing I wanted to do was figure out if I could use the concierges to book all my dining and entertainment options, which I can. But I wasn't sure if they would do that for our whole team or just for me. And they were so accommodating. They booked all of our restaurants. We had the full specialty dining package, so we all ate at different restaurants every night. And they booked all the shows for us as well, which we'll talk about in a couple days when we do our entertainment review. So that was a really great experience. We had everything done by like 1 o'clock on day one. So Maria, our butler, on our trip, it was AJ's birthday. So I had talked to her and said, hey, I know AJ's not staying in the Haven. I am, but I wanted to see if I could do just like a small dinner or something in the room. Nothing fancy. Could be from like the main dining room. I didn't really care. Just wanted to do it in our room, have a little birthday cake and do a nice celebration. And she went out of her way. They decorated the dining room table. They brought, linens and everything, and they let us order food, whatever we wanted to eat. And we had a lovely dinner there. If everyone's staying in the Haven, you can order from all the specialty restaurants. You could eat out on the balcony. We could have done that, I'm sure, but I didn't want to take advantage of the situation that I was in. So we really scaled it back. But again, they go above and beyond. They couldn't have been nicer or more accommodating. So you do have cushioned lounge chairs out on your balcony, which is also really nice. And other than that, the stay in the Haven is incredible. So you get little snacks every day around 2 o'clock, whether it's chocolate covered strawberries, little tea sandwiches, fruits and cheeses, different things. You will get something every day and a bottle of champagne in the beginning. The Haven proper in the lounge. So you can go into that lounge 24 hours a day. There's generally somebody there. The bar is open normal hours that you would expect a bar to be open. And the bartenders are amazing. They will make you any cocktail you would like in there. It's very nice, very quiet. It's awesome. And that leads right into the Haven pool area, which is beautiful. There's little loungers that sit in the pool. There's some hot tubs in there. It's just an amazing experience to go in there. And then there's an upper sun deck, which is amazing as well. And it's all private. Again, I didn't spend a ton of time in there. And then you have the Haven restaurant upstairs. The Haven restaurant was very good. I only ate there for 2 meals because, again, I didn't want to alienate the rest of the team. But the food is spectacular. The restaurant is great. It's highly worth the experience. And then as you go to each port, everything's great. All the shows were great. Again, our concierge was wonderful. So at the end of the week, you get off the ship and you look back and say, was it worth the thousands of dollars to stay in this Haven experience? If you like VIP experiences, the Haven on NCL Escape, and I'm sure on all NCL ships, does an amazing job of making you feel special. It's an amazing experience. What I've learned over the past few years in doing cruising and staying in all different types of rooms and suites and inside and outside an ocean view, balconies, whatever. I have learned that I don't need that level of VIP. Is it nice? It's awesome, right? It's really great. Staying in Royal Caribbean Suites is amazing. I don't necessarily need that level of service. So I stay in inside cabins a lot. It's perfectly fine. I'm not in the room all that much. If I was doing a transatlantic or a very sea day heavy cruise, it would be really nice to be in the Haven or in a suite and have that kind of upgraded experience because you're in your room a lot more. There's not as much going on. But for a normal 7-day cruise, I don't necessarily need it. Is it worth it? Sure. If you have the money, if it's in your budget and you love that type of experience, or if you look at it from the perspective of, I only want to go on maybe one cruise a year, but I really want to splurge and have this amazing experience, it's definitely worth it. Is it your honeymoon? Is it someone's birthday or some great experience that you want to give to somebody else? That's amazing. I just, for me, don't necessarily need that type of service all the time. I would rather go on more cruises and stay in a normal balcony or an inside cabin than go on less cruises and do the Haven. It wasn't that much of a, oh my God, experience where I would say, oh my God, I can only travel in the Haven. But it's great. It's amazing. They treat you so well, and it's definitely worth the money if you can afford it. So do you have questions about the Haven? Have you ever stayed in the Haven? How was your experience there? We loved it. We had a great time. Everybody got to kind of use some of my benefits by coming and hanging out in the room and eating all the snacks. And we did dinner and sitting out on the giant balcony, which is all awesome. So let us know what you think. Do you like the balcony? Do you think it's worth it? Drop a comment below. And again, thanks so much, everybody, for watching. We really appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye.